time over here now.
From everywhere USA, it's Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla.
Oh, you're damn right it is. Great moment of American pride playing out around the world right now as Pope Leo XIV been chosen as the first American pope in the 2,000-year history of the Catholic Church. He is the former Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost. His first edict as pontiff was to demand that Kennedy address the American people on his behalf. And she is joining us now at the tippy top of this hour of Fox Across America. Hello, Ambassador Kennedy.
I humbly accept. They wanted me to go and cover this from Vatican City.
It's crazy because
and I was like, you guys, I have a live hit with Jimmy on Thursday. I can't do that.
They wanted you there. They were like, Father Jonathan, you got to sit this one out. We're sending Kennedy.
Go warm the bench.
Thank you.
We're sending him the pros and the hose. And
there it is. And we instead have you here in New York, and for that we are eternally grateful. I was miffed because I don't understand Latin. So when he was addressing the people, when he said the words Kennedy on Fox Across America in regular English, I was like, oh, that's who's coming up.
Yeah.
And thank you, Your Holiness, for the heads up. So you join us now at the behest of the new Pope. There's two things playing out in real time. People are like, wow, American Pope, never had American Pope.
Great, yeah. The pride of.
But in the world we now live in, okay, nothing can happen without everyone immediately diving into your social media if you have some. Mm-hmm. And of course, there are people uncovering tweets that we're being told are pretty woke.
So they have been doing that for days because Father Jonathan, 2 or 3 days ago, Father Jonathan has been in Rome, in Vatican City. He's not Father Jonathan anymore. He actually left the Catholic Church. He is a private citizen, a civilian now. He has a family, but he is a devoted Catholic. He's, just a wonderful father and family man, and that was his calling, which I totally respect. But he has a greater insight on the church than anyone I know, and great reverence and respect, obviously having been a Catholic priest for many years. And he said a couple days ago to keep an eye on him, that he thought that Robert Prevost, now Pope Leo XIV, had kind of skyrocketed as the dark horse to the front runner.
Wow.
And I was thinking, there's no way. Yeah. There's not going to be an American Pope because there have to be so many factions who to look at America and go, you guys have enough.
Yeah.
Like, you have coast to coast beaches. Mm-hmm. You've got Shannon Brame and Kennedy.
Dairy Queen.
you have Dairy Queen.
Elvis.
You have GM. Yeah. You have Graceland.
I mean,
that's an embarrassment of riches.
You talk about an embarrassment of riches, but then to have a pope go out there and choose his name in honor of Leo Terrell, which is a nod to Hannity.
I didn't expect it,
but it's a nod to Hannity.
It really
and Leo Terrell.
That's
Pope
clearly
Leo,
what the Holy Father has been
the
watching.
14th. It was, I would believe, it was down to Pope Sean or Pope Leo. And we arrived at Leo because it was a nod. It was outreach to the black community with Leo Terrell,
which I think is smart.
Now
it's what you have to do.
If you saw the ceremony, he's wearing a red hat that says Leo X14.0. Leo 2.0. We're having fun. We got an American Pope. Bill Hemmer is on the set of America Reports. You know what that means? When this show, at the end of this hour, okay, guys, if you want to know how TV and radio work, okay, I'll give you a little inside baseball.
I do. I've been working here for 13 years. I still have no idea.
The clock on this show nationally technically ends 4 minutes before the end of the hour. So you'd say 2:56 Eastern. Mm-hmm. What I am scheduled to do at 2:57 Eastern is be sitting on the set of America Reports. As you can tell, I'm dressed for live TV in this jacket if you're watching on Fox Nation.
We're proud of you, Jim, taking this whole task seriously, huh?
Thank you. But as you watch this play out in real time, we're sitting here watching the TV show I'm scheduled to be on. And you get the feeling from watching it, they're not about to bring me out to tell rim shot jokes, about whatever's going on in the world.
They might not. I mean, they might not have you do all of the papal color that you're capable of.
Clearly qualified to do.
A lot of people don't know that.
But they're going with this Bill Hemmer guy instead. I don't know what that's about.
I hope they put him at the Pope board.
Yeah.
So he can
he starts
bring
giving
up
you
some
counties
metrics.
of how they voted. And well, as you can see here.
The Cardinal factions.
If you go back 2 conclaves, let's see how they voted back in 2012 with Francis.
Yeah, you see there's a 21% increase for a liberal.
Oh, that's really funny. Let's head over to the county of El Mafi. Now, as you'll see in 2012, they broke overwhelmingly. It's a lot of late votes came in for Francis and swung it his way. But it is Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla. Kennedy's in studio. We're having a jovial reaction to the news that we have our first.
How do you think Chicago is going to react? So Pope Leo grew up in Chicago.
He did.
Went to Villanova.
Yep. Here on the East Coast.
For Villanova.
Yep. By and somehow wound up in Peru.
Yes.
So the Villanova job placement program, not what it once was. But it's a proud moment for everybody. I want Chicago to react peacefully. But if the Bulls winning a championship is any indication, now it's been a while.
Is this bigger than the Bulls' first championship?
I mean, in theory, it's globally much bigger. Mm-hmm. But in terms of the local market, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer to that. I mean,
I just want people to be happy. I want people to be excited. Mm-hmm. I want people to be excited about their faith and about the faith of others, even if you're not a Catholic, even if you don't share that.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that this is a pretty cool moment.
The first pope was from Chicago. His name is, he's chosen the name Pope Ditka. Him being from Chicago.
I asked your executive producer, Victor, what his first words were, and he said, "Go Bears." Oh,
that's amazing. His first words in Latin. Yeah. I love this. Kennedy's in the studio. We're having a joke. I'm writing a note for myself. What I would say in this moment is the Catholic Church has 1.4 billion members. So when you looked out at the crowd, it's interesting because we hear a lot of things about diversity, but it's not something I ever really look for. In my personal life, we look for diversity of thought, I think, more than anything.
Sure.
But if you were just looking for an aesthetically representative moment, it is that. It's every country in the world is on that square.
Yeah, and you saw flags from all over the world, from Germany and Puerto Rico, the United States, Brazil. There was a lot of representation from proud, excited Catholics who were quite relieved that the conclave took place during a nice weather month.
How about that? You get the good weather. Mm-hmm. You get a daytime finale, which is over here on the East Coast.
You get a Pope crawl.
You get and so that's what leads me to my next question. He will undoubtedly visit America.
Absolutely right.
Are we booked? Because this is the closest we get to being booked for actual Pope coverage.
Well, so you and I in what
2014.
year was it? 2014. We went on a Pope crawl because Pope Francis led Mass in Central Park, and you had to have a ticket. There was a lot of security. We weren't allowed access to Central Park. So we allowed ourselves access to several drinking establishments around Central Park to really celebrate and toast the papacy.
Thank you.
Which I thought was very decent and celebratory of us.
And we did that. But unbeknownst to me, your brother, who might have been working or doing something affiliated with a professional knife company at the time. It was our first time meeting, but him being a friend from afar, he decided on the Pope crawl to gift me a weapon, which is not the thing to have with you when there's Secret Service and guards and guns and mounted cops and everything like that. And I honestly don't know where it is. It might have been left at a bar. It might have been left in your old apartment. I don't know.
At Malachi's.
It's in the Hudson by now.
Maybe they've been using it to open bottles of Jägermeister.
You don't know. But right now, Robert Barron, who is the bishop of the Winona Rochester diocese.
Named after Winona Ryder.
Of course.
90s, very, very important.
Now, are you telling me there's any world where this Cardinal is going off the air and they're bringing on Jimmy? None. Can I officially... Is it safe to assume we've been bumped from America reports?
Yeah, so it's, in real time, it's 2:14 our time here on the East Coast. You are scheduled to go on in about 42 minutes. I kind of don't think they're just going to blow through their Pope coverage.
Jimmy's got some dementia jokes about Joe Biden. We should get this Cardinal out of here. That's funny. But me and Kennedy are just talking about it because we got an American Pope. It's a good moment.
I didn't think I would see this in my lifetime. Now,
ever.
I am a member of the Eastern Orthodox Church, but we also recite the Nicene Creed, which is, I believe in one holy Catholic Apostolic Church.
Yep.
And so in the Orthodox faith, we don't see the power of the church concentrated in one person because it is a more democratic church. Therefore, in the Orthodox faith, the Pope is seen as the Holy Archbishop of Rome.
Okay. Makes sense.
He's acknowledged and high-fived. And the Catholic Church allows Orthodox Christians to take communion in their church, which is quite lovely. And I have done that several times. Emily Campagno and I, when we go on vacation, we try and find a Catholic Mass, and we have taken communion in other countries.
Now, to be clear, you're doing that for the wine, but
When I say communion, I mean that we each have a bottle of wine at dinner. We think good thoughts.
Listen, I've hung out with you and Emily. As far as you're concerned, the Pope is Papa John at 2 a.m. when they deliver those breadsticks, the cheese in them. I know how you chicks roll.
Delicious.
What we are talking about, of course, the new Pope, and it's a nice moment for the world, and it's a nice time out from politics and the food fight that has become, and you can only hope the Pope will lead us towards a path of healing as it pertains to those divides.
If you don't have a Pope, you don't have hope.
Yeah, thank you. And as the old adage goes, Pope, it ain't easy. You wish this guy all the luck in the world.
You really do. I certainly do.
It's like you host a podcast called Kennedy Saves the World, but now you're getting backup.
Yeah.
You're getting back up at the Vatican, and that's a big deal.
Hopefully when I go over there, he and I can high five and, share a few laughs.
High five, that whole thing. Do you know Pope Francis, in addition to almost being arrested while he was visiting New York City, when Jenny and I visited the Vatican, he did that thing he does on a Sunday where he comes out and blesses you from the balcony.
That's great.
So I have a great video of him coming out onto the balcony.
Wonderful.
And I legitimately got like a bayonet in my ribs from the Swiss Guard because I was where I wasn't supposed to be, on the wrong side of a rope, like I was Frank Drebin in The Naked Gun. And he didn't stab me. He just politely got my attention and was like,
hey.
Yeah, yelled something. And then I had to walk over to the other area.
Andiamo, let's go. Come on.
And it's so funny.
Well, we're young.
Today, Junior. Because we got an American Pope now, so we're going to get some, things are going to change over there now. I love that.
You're going to send some Chicago mooks?
Yeah, a couple of mooks from the old neighborhood are going to go over there. Yeah, now...
You don't listen to Pope Leo, you're going to have some problems.
From now on, nobody confesses. They're like, are you wearing a wire, Father? That's the only problem now. We got an American Pope from Chicago.
Oh, that's right. Guess what, Jimmy? He's on a mission from God.
And there's going to be 2 collections, one for the poor, one for your own good. Pay up. It's going to shake people down.
You want your flower shop to be there in the morning?
USA! Great stuff. Let's go save the world on your podcast this Monday,
Jim.
Shall we?
Doing it.
The Great Kennedy, back after this.
It's the #1 children's show in the country.
He's a lot better at radio than he is being a dad.
Oh, snap. It's Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla.
You're listening to Fox Across America with Jimmy Failla. For these stories and a lot more, log on to newstalkflorida.com. News, information, and talk. News Talk 1040 WHBO.